pages?
Yeah. Right now, I think we're live right now. Hold on. Yeah,
Can
we're
you
live.
add my Hammer Sport marketing to that?
We're live right now. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can do it after the fact. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Just give us a sec. We're doing some more technical stuff that we're gonna try out. Let's see.
It'd be best to go to Hammer Sport Racing, or else
Add channel.
my personal page would be the best because.
Oh, I should be able to actually. Let's see. Facebook.
Holy cow.
Where's Facebook?
Up on the top left. You were there.
That's personal profile. Oh, right here. Oh no, I have to upgrade if I want to do more than.
Yeah, no worries. It's really interesting. So you're on both of your pages.
So no, I'm only on one of my Facebook pages, but I'm on multiple YouTube channels.
Okay. But I'm gonna go to my Facebook right now and put a link to your Facebook.
Right. Well, I think we have a streaming link too. Oh, actually, no, that doesn't work like that. Never mind. Yeah. So right now we're live, and we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Facebook group, personal Facebook page, and 2 YouTube channels. But only one like professional page can go live at a time on Facebook, okay. Unless you can upgrade to this is already $50 a month.
Yeah.
Well, so
but I could be running it on my side.
Right.
Because it lets you just live stream whatever is on your screen.
So you have to have it's called like RMTP streaming. So there's certain programs like OBS you can use, which is free and open source, and you can share like your screen and your camera. It's like a studio production thing, and yeah, it'll live stream. I'm using Zoom right now to live stream just because it's seamless.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think this is I think this might be a regular feature. Like if you just do the standard Zoom, like $14 a month, I'm pretty sure if you go into the deep settings, you can stream through Zoom.
Okay.
That's how I'm doing it right now.
Want to give me permission to record this? I don't need to record it as long as you keep posting them into the G. Are you putting them all in the drive?
Yeah, but I'm not recording right now.
What are you, Riley Seberg, or are you Riley David?
What do you mean?
Well, you have 2 Facebook sites, right?
Yeah, Riley Seberg and Riley David. They're both streaming. But
Which one does RDS Marketing say is the owner of RDS Marketing?
What do you mean?
Well, like they're Riley David and Riley Seberg are both personal pages, or is one of those a personal page and one of them is a business?
Riley Seberg is my personal profile and Riley David's my business profile.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
But I do have a page for RDS Marketing too, but I don't like advertising behind a logo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems strange to me. Because it's like it's already like an alter ego. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah, I get it. So I'm going to share yours now to mine public.
Nice.
There we go.
All right. So this was kind of a rough, choppy start, but the content's going to be really good. So for those of you watching live, thanks for suffering through this. I appreciate it.
The title of today's podcast is Really Smart Person Explains Complicated Shit to Stupid Person.
No, I already named it. Hold on.
I know, but that's the name I gave it.
It's How to Sell More Shit with DPAs.
I know.
All right. So it didn't update the details. That sucks. DPAs, man, they're dynamic product ads.
Oh, I thought it was dumb personal attitudes.
Let's come up with what DPA could stand for a little.
No, let's get into it. Show me how dynamic personal ads. I thought it was. Right, I was guessing it was dynamic paid advertising.
Right. Well, I guess it's kind of what did I say? Dynamic product. Yeah, dynamic products. But I guess you could run dynamic ads off of anything. Like Google has dynamic search-based ads, which we like I showed you how to use that. Did I show you how to use it?
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit. We
a
worked on
little
that.
bit. Yeah, because we set those up for iDignity.
I did get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, dynamic product ads, they work really well on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook's really set up like the structure to do it. And they're actually like, if you go through the Facebook marketing consultant program, they're actually offering $2,000 in ad spend just to have somebody set up your dynamic product ads, because that's how much they want you to use it. And there's a couple things that you need to do, like you specifically need to run them, but it's not hard to set it up yourself.
So let's first off go explain a good, super basic example of what a dynamic ad is. So I have a website and I'm selling 5 different things on it.
Right. So a dynamic, like the word, actually, what's really funny? Since I got into this stuff, I've been using the word dynamic like 10 times a day, just because it's a cool word.
It is. It's a good word. I like it too.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound weird or dirty.
Yeah, but all it really means is like it's responsive, right? So it's responsive advertising. One of the things that's left out of dynamic product ads is that like it's automated, right? So there's a lot of stuff that you don't have to do. But it's more that it's based off of user behavior. So whoever you're advertising to, it's based off of their behavior.
So let's back that up a step for all the basic viewers, because we want the basic viewers to get this too. The first step in any advertising on Facebook would be to have a pixel installed on your website, so that when Joe Bob goes to Smiley Teeth's website, when he's scrolling through his Facebook later on, Smiley Teeth gets to pop up a little Facebook ad on Joe Bob's Facebook feed. And that's how, like, our computers aren't listening to us talk. It's because people have pixels installed on their webpage.
Yeah, so another word for a pixel is a tracking tag or an analytics. Google has a version. Most websites have their own version. Like most ones that are doing big traffic or selling ads, they all have their own version of a pixel. Reddit has one, Snapchat has one, Facebook has one, Google has one, Pinterest has one, LinkedIn has one, Twitter has one. Like everybody has one.
Yep. So what did you call it? It was a tracking something?
A tracking tag, yeah. So it's literally like the reason it's called a pixel is because it actually takes up like it is the size of a pixel. That's how like some pixels actually still use this. They put a little image the size of a pixel on your screen. They load it somewhere, and then it just tracks all your behavior through there. A lot of pixels don't work that way anymore, but that's how they like originally started working. So that's why they call it that.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. But
so a basic advertising on Facebook is you went to my website. Because you went to my website, your Facebook knows that you went to my website, and it shows you an ad that I have to have already built on Facebook going. It doesn't happen.
Well, that's not even basic. Basic advertising on Facebook is people don't even install their pixel because they don't know what it is.
Yes, so basic pixel advertising is a connection between the website that sells the product and Facebook, so that the consumer or the prospective consumer sees advertisements of the product from a website they viewed at an earlier point in time.
Right. So if you just install the pixel code, like almost everybody does on their header, or with some type of integration with a Google Tag Manager or Shopify or something like that, then what happens is especially if you're running like a basic Shopify theme that you haven't paid for, what happens is that the code gets installed and it's like enough for you to run the basic retargeting ads. That's what they're called, retargeting ads, where like you can, if somebody visits your website, if they go to a certain page on your website, if they buy something, then you can show them another type of ad based off of certain parameters that you specify. But the problem with those with installing the pixel in that way and those basic retargeting ads is that they don't transport data with them. So if you install pixel parameters, what Facebook refers to as events on a web page, then they start transferring data. So the pixel becomes now a dynamically calibrated pixel.
In other words, I could have let's just make it real simple. 2 different ads on Facebook set up, and depending on the event that takes place on the website, the prospective consumer is shown a different one of those 2 ads, depending on what they do at the website.
You can do that with the basic pixel.
Okay, so that is basic pixel. So that isn't even technically dynamic.
Well, actually, it depends. So it depends if you're using the same event, you know what I mean? Then you can't, and in the same page, then you can't. You know what I mean?
So that would be, I would call that then dynamic advertising, but it's not dynamic product advertising.
Well, it's not even dynamic. It's just retargeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all it's basic and standard in terms of the work that it takes to get that ad. All you need to do is build a URL reference and the audience. So you just make an audience based off a certain events on the pixel, and Facebook now has standard events which register. So most of these things are registered automatically, like the add to cart, the purchase, the view content. These are all added automatically, but the problem is that there's no data passed between them. So you can run what you were just saying, the different types of ads for like split tests and stuff like that. You can do that already, but the problem is let's say you're Amazon, right? And you have a bunch of people that buy really expensive things, and you have a bunch of people that buy really cheap things. Now what you have the ability to do is track what users spend, how much they spend with the pixel. So what products they buy, what product SKU that was, what product category that was, how much that product was specifically, and every single product they buy.
Is that only from me, the seller, or is that every single product that person has bought from every other type of seller out on the market?
No, it's only from your website.
Okay, so it's back end sales then.
It's back end sales through the front end.
Yes.
It's so, I mean, most of if you're using an e-commerce platform, you already know this stuff. But the thing is that you don't have a way of telling Facebook this stuff, right? So you don't have a way of showing specific advertisements of a specific price range or a specific, if you're a car dealer, a specific model category. You don't have that option. You know what I mean? Unless you have your website sorted out by category, you know what I mean, and structured. And most people don't.
So an example of that, the way I'm envisioning this then, is that you would literally need different pages on your website for each different product to sell.
Right. And so
that's what Shopify doesn't let you do. Shopify lets you have a couple different pages across the top, but they don't let you have a product page with a bunch of different products on it that each can be individually evented out as a.
Well, each product has its own page, and the real problem is that the data isn't transferred, right? So when the data gets transferred, it takes less work to do ads, right? And there's a specific type of ad on Facebook, the carousel ad, right? That you gets generated automatically. You know what I mean? Based off of what somebody is looking at. So, and carousel ads sell really well because people just love scrolling through shit, you know?
Because so the example then in the consumer's point of view is I go to a web page and something got me there. They have tons of variety in products. I just scroll through it. None of it interests me except for that one thing interests me. And I spend some time on it. I look at it. Maybe do I have to put it in my cart?
No.
I just spend more time on it and there's obvious that I'm paying attention to this one product. Now that information gets transferred over to Facebook.
Well, so that would say that you looked at a product group. And so what I would do on Facebook is I wouldn't even do this. The ad would just generate the next time you load.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. So,
yeah.
so now when I'm on Facebook, I don't
That
see any
same
of the other
product
shit.
group. Yeah.
I only see that one product that I was actually looking at.
No, you see the whole product group.
Okay.
So unless you clicked on that product, you know what I mean?
So,
like it depends on your behavior.
there you go. So if I was looking at them all, it doesn't matter. It doesn't know that I looked at one thing more than other. But if I click on that product for more information to see the full description,
right.
Now that information is transferred over to Facebook.
Right.
And Facebook isn't going to show me any of the other products. It's going to show me that product. And that's the carousel ad on Facebook. But the carousel ad, correct me if I'm wrong, won't work correctly unless you have these dynamic events set up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in terms of like trying to get conversions and stuff, like retargeting conversions, that if it doesn't, like, unless you have the numbers structured properly, the algorithm doesn't know what to do. You know what I mean? So what happens is when people run these, like, if you don't have the events structured, you can try to run dynamic ads, right? And like, but it's not going to work. You'll see that your ads aren't getting shown to anybody because you don't have the amount of data that's required to run the dynamic ads.
For carousel to build this automated ad set, basically.
Right. Because the only way it knows how to show certain things is because of the data that gets passed through. So there's a way that you can do all this on the back end with just like making your own carousel ads. I see people doing this thing where they're trying to do the dynamic ads, but they're going through and building a carousel, and they're putting the image in their carousel. They're typing some text in, they're putting the button down, they're popping over to the next carousel, they're putting the image in, they're typing some text in, they're popping the button, and they keep doing it. You know what I mean? But that's not a dynamic ad. You know what I mean? That's an ad that like you have to take the time to make. And if you have 1,000 different products, you have to do it 1,000 different times.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have some examples you could show us of one of these working, and then look at a Shopify account and show us why you can't do this?
Hold on. I'll show you. So I just set it up for my client, Harry Mary. So this is Harry Mary, and they sell flip-flops.
Oh, those are nice looking flip-flops.
Yeah.
If I didn't have Crazy Toe, I'd buy one of those in a split second.
Yeah. So if we look right here, this is the pixel we use to run the dynamic ads. View content. All the data
there.
What was that?
What are all those other pixels showing up there?
These are different pixels that the client uses for different things.
Oh, okay, but this is the one you set up right here.
Yeah, a lot of Shopify apps use pixels just for, like, a lot of things use pixels just to use for the data and stuff that gets transferred, even in the base content. So yeah, but this stuff needs to be, so he's on Shopify, right? But they have a custom theme. So the person who made their theme had to code this in for them. It wasn't done automatically.
This wasn't a theme they just purchased out of the whole.
They bought the theme, but then it had to be like recoded.
Interesting.
So, but the themes out of the box usually don't have these view content events. If they do, they don't have them proper structurally. And hold on, I'll bring up, because I think I just had this loaded in here. Yeah, right here. So this is the script that you need right here to have it structured properly. What happens is most people, they just have this. If they have it at all, they have this. Okay. And that there's no details in that.
Yeah, it's not telling you the other parts of the product.
Right. So this is all, like, there's a lot more stuff you can put in there, but this is the basic of what you need to run dynamic.
That's the bare minimum that needs to be present in the pixel to run dynamic ad.
Right. So a value, the price, the currency, the content ID, and then
Because it's
the
number two
content.
out of their content.
Right. You don't necessarily need a content category, but you do need this right here, a content type.
Okay.
And then what happens is when the person visits your website, they then get paired. This content ID gets paired up with a product in your catalog, and then that's how they know what you're looking at.
I mean, the bottom line is, hey, Riley will teach you how to do this, but you probably should just pay him how to do it instead.
Yeah, if you know, if you don't want to go through and code on your website, just check out rds.marketing and scroll all the way to the bottom. Click get in touch and tell me what you want me to do, and we'll set up a time to do it. It doesn't really take that long, and actually, currently, let me just show you guys this while I'm sharing my screen. There's this really cool program going on with Facebook where they will give you $2,000 for the cost of your first engagement. So what happens is if you end up working with somebody like me to set up your dynamic ads, to set up your catalog, or even to put a pixel on your website, then what's going to happen is after you pay me, after the project is done, when you go to run your ads, Facebook is going to give you a $2,000 ad credit or whatever the cost of the project was. And like pretty much you can get this done for like risk-free from Facebook. That's how much they want you to do this.
Yeah, it's because it works too. I mean, and the reason we're doing this, and likewise, if you know me, then you should go to Hammer Sport Marketing and find me, and I put you in touch with Riley, and the same thing happens. So the reason we're doing this though is because we know it works. Like not because Facebook gives us free money to give to you. We want you to do this because this is how you sell product.
Yeah, this type of ad that I ran for this Harry Mary guy, it was a 4.8 return on ad spend. So like 480%.
He probably wants to keep doing it, huh?
Yeah, that's I mean it's their biggest moneymaker right now.
He's just gonna keep throwing every dollar he can afford to put on it because every dollar
these are their dynamic ads right here. So this one is a dynamic ad. This one isn't. I think they're only running. Yeah, this is the only one.
Okay, put that up on the screen so everybody can see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was showing it.
No worries.
Right here. So it's their highest performing ad, and this is what their copy is.
Take us with you.
It's their highest performing ad, 4.8 return on ad spend.
I mean, that goes right along. I love it. That's right along that example of what what's his name? Not Tom Bilyeu, but the owner of the other nutrition company, who's the copywriter. And he said, like, he writes these newsletters, health nutrition newsletters, and he tests the response rate, and the best response he ever got said in the subject line, it said cashews.
Oh, that was the email dude.
Yeah.
Joel Marion, right?
Joel Marion, yeah. Like, tested 10 different things. It was a paper about healthy foods. It was a white paper about healthy foods, but the best response and click through came from the word cashews in the subject line.
Yeah, man, it's really interesting to see.
Super interesting. And so I always reiterate this with prospective clients. It's like, it's not that Riley and I know how to come up with the perfect thing to say. It's that we know how to test all kinds of different things you can say and decide which one, and let the consumer decide what the perfect one to say is.
Yeah, it's especially for me, like there's a couple tools that I use to do this type of thing at scale, where like you can literally test 40 different, headlines or whatever in a matter of like an hour, it's a lot of these things, what I've realized, because I'm about a year into this, almost a year and a half now. These things have like a really steep learning curve. So it's not like you can't do it yourself, but the problem is when you try to start doing it yourself, you're going to be spending your money. Like, it's going to be a lot more expensive for you than it could be if you're paying somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. So yeah, that's all I got. You got anything else, Lewis?
No, that was killer. That was a great example of everything. You know, a great starter. That was DPA starter kit right there.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good. I'm definitely going to run an ad on this.
Awesome.
Maybe not since we started streaming, but I'm going to clip this down. I think it was
Yeah,
pretty good. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out rds.marketing. Literally just type in rds.marketing and my website will load up. And yeah, scroll to the bottom, get in touch with me, or just hit up Lewis, DM him. And thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, share it with all your friends. Thanks. I'll see you later.
Have a great day.